The mining colony on planet Vora 7 was cold, gray, and full of machines. The ground was always shaking a little. The sky was always dark. Humans worked hard here, cutting into the planet's deep rock for rare energy crystals. Most nights were quiet, but this night was different. A silver wolf moved through the thick fog. She was big, taller than a man, with blue glowing eyes and fur like broken glass. Blood dripped from her side. Her breathing was weak. On her back were 3 small pups, crying softly. They were hungry. They were scared. Their mother was desperate. She had lost everything. An explosion caused by the miners had destroyed her cave. Rocks had crushed her mate. Her den was gone. She had run for hours carrying her pups, searching for safety. Now she was near the human base, the place all wolves feared, but she had no choice. Her pups were dying at the edge of the base. A human stood alone near the electric fence. His name was Foreman Dale. He was tall, wore a brown jacket with metal plates, and had tired eyes. He checked his scanner, looking for signs of energy leaks. Then he heard something. Soft cry. Not human, not machine. He turned. Through the fog, he saw glowing eyes. He reached for his blaster, heart pounding. Then he saw something strange. The wolf was not attacking. She was limping, hurt, and there were tiny pups crying on her back. Dale lowered his blaster, confused. The wolf took one more step, then fell to the ground with a heavy thud. Dale froze. He had heard stories wolves were dangerous. They attacked when hungry. They killed fast. But this didn't look like danger. This looked like a mother asking for help. Slowly, he stepped closer. Mother Wolf growled, weak but protective. Dale stopped. "Easy," he said softly. "Not here to hurt you." He saw the pups. One wasn't moving much. The others were shaking badly. Dale dropped to his knees and took off his jacket. Carefully, he wrapped it around the pups. Mother didn't stop him. She was watching him with tired eyes, full of pain, ... and trust. He pressed his badge. "Base, this is Dale. I've got an emergency." 3 alien wolf pups. 1 badly hurt. "The mother's injured too?" a voice replied, confused. "Wolf pups?" "Sir, that's not protocol. Those things are hostile." "Yeah," Dale said. "Then why didn't she kill me?" Silence. "I need a med kit and some heat blankets." "No," Sir Dale cut the line. "I'll handle it." He took a deep breath. Then he gently picked up the weakest pup and held it close to his chest. The little creature made a soft sound, like a hiccup. In a whimper, the mother made a low noise. Not a growl, not a threat. It was something else. A sound full of sorrow and hope. For a moment, man and beast stared at each other in that cold and cruel world. Something warm had just started. Foreman Dale carried the smallest pup in his arms. The other 2 were wrapped in his jacket. The mother. Wolf limped beside him, her head low, blood still dripping from her side. Every step toward the human base was dangerous. If anyone saw them, alarms would go off. Wolves were listed as hostile species. The rules were clear. No contact, no help, no mercy. But Dale didn't care about rules tonight. The security gate hissed as it opened. Dale typed in his code. The cameras above blinked red, then turned green. No one was watching the feed right now. Most of the workers were asleep or playing cards in the lounge. He guided the wolf and her pups through a side path, avoiding the main halls. They reached a small storage room behind the repair bay. Dale used it to keep old tools and broken parts. No one ever checked it. "Stay here," Dale said softly. The mother wolf curled up in a corner, wrapping her body around the 2 pups. Dale placed the smallest one near her. Its eyes were half closed, its breathing slow. "I need heat," Dale whispered to himself. He pulled out a power cell from a broken mining bot and connected it to a heating pad. It began to glow gently. He placed the pad under the pups. The smallest one let out a faint sound. "That's it," Dale said. "Stay with me." He opened the first aid kit. He wasn't a vet, but he had seen enough injuries in the field. Cleaned the mother's wound with soft wipes. She growled once, but didn't attack. Her eyes followed him, tired but calm. A fighter, Dale muttered. But you can't do this alone. Hours passed. The mother wolf rested. The two bigger pups slept in the warmth. But the smallest one still looked weak. Dale stayed awake, gently feeding it drops of nutrient fluid, using a syringe. Suddenly, the door beeped. Someone was outside. Dale grabbed his wrench and stood in front of the wolves. The door opened. It was Lena, a young engineer from his team. She froze when she saw the wolf behind him. What the hell? She whispered. That's a keep your voice down, Dale said. She stepped inside and closed the door fast. Are you insane? If Command finds out she came to me? Dale interrupted. She was bleeding. Pups were dying. What was I supposed to do? Walk away? Lena looked at the pups. She noticed the tiny one barely moving. This one's cold, she said, kneeling beside Dale. They need thermal fluid. I can get some from the bot bay. You'll help? Didn't say that, Lena sighed. But I'm not letting babies die in a tool shed. Dale smiled. Just a little. Together, they worked quietly. They added more heat, they gave small drops of energy fluid. They covered the pups with soft cloth, and slowly, the smallest pup moved its paw, just a little. But it moved. The mother wolf let out a soft sound, something like a sigh. She trusts you, Lena said. That's rare. She didn't trust me, Dale replied. Outside, the wind howled through the colony walls. Inside, a man, a woman, a mother wolf, and her pups shared a silent moment of peace. For now, no one knew, but that would soon change. Morning came slowly on planet Vor 7. The sun was weak, just a pale circle in the sky. Most humans were waking up. The colony was coming back to life, machines buzzing, alarms beeping, doors opening. But inside the small storage room, time felt different. Dale sat on the floor, back against the wall. His eyes were heavy, but he didn't sleep. Watch the mother wolf and her three pups. The biggest one was already crawling. The middle one was still sleepy, and the smallest one was breathing again. It's not strong, but steady. The mother wolf looked stronger too. Like she had licked her wound, cleaned her pups, and kept them close under her warm body. Her eyes sometimes looked at Dale, but they no longer held fear. They held something else. Not full trust. Not yet. But something close. Lena returned with food packets and more heat pads. I brought meat cubes, she said. It's not fresh, but better than nothing. Dale took a packet, opened it, and slowly pushed it toward the mother wolf. She sniffed it, then gently pulled it back with her paw. She ate it slowly, never breaking eye contact with Dale. She eats in front of you, Lena whispered. That's a good sign. Dale nodded. Can't keep them here forever? No, Lena agreed. Someone will find out. These walls aren't soundproof. Then, one of the pups made a small bark. A happy one. It climbed onto Dale's boot and tried to bite his shoelace. Dale smiled. This one's got fight. The mother growled softly. But this time the growl wasn't a warning. It was more like a chuckle. If a wolf could laugh, this was it. Dale slowly reached down and picked up the pup. The mother didn't stop him. She just watched. The tiny creature licked Dale's glove, then curled into his hand and slept. Lena raised an eyebrow. You've been adopted. Dale chuckled. Like it. They sat in silence for a while. Then Lena stood up. She go. If I'm missing too long, people will ask questions. Thanks for helping, Dale said. She nodded. Don't make me regret it. As Lena left, Dale looked at the wolf again. You saved your pups. But you also saved me, he whispered. I didn't even know I needed saving. The wolf blinked slowly. Her breathing was calm, but peace never lasted long on Vora-7. Later that day, Dale was fixing a mining bot near the outer fence. He saw something on the scanner movement underground. Fast, unusual, not a cavern, not miners. Something was coming. He checked the direction. It was heading straight for the colony, straight for the storage room. He dropped his tools and ran. By the time he reached the room, the wolf was standing, alert, ears up, tail low. She smelled it too, danger. The pup squeaked in fear. Dale closed. the door behind him and placed both hands in front of the mother. "Hey, stay calm. I'll protect them, I swear." The wolf looked at him. Then, for the first time, she touched her nose gently to his forehead, a sign of trust. Then she growled louder now, warning him, not about herself, but about what was coming. Something terrible was waking in the dark below the ground. And the mother wolf, more than any scanner, had already sensed it. The storage room felt tight and heavy. Mother wolf stood like a statue, growling low. Glowing blue eyes stared at the metal wall. Her ears twitched. Something was coming, and she could feel it before any human could. Dale stared at the scanner. The underground motion was real. Fast. Like something crawling through tunnels below the colony. "What is it?" Lena asked, stepping into the room again. She had rushed back after seeing the alert. "I don't know," Dale replied. "But it's big, and it's moving straight toward us." The pups huddled close to their mother. She growled louder. Her fur stood up. Her body blocked the pups from the wall, like she was ready to fight whatever came through it. "We need to tell command," Lena said. "No," Dale said firmly. "If we tell them now, they'll send a team. The moment they see her, they'll shoot. She's trying to protect us," Lena said. "But they won't see that." Exactly. Dale's heart was racing. He had a choice to make. Save the colony and risk the wolves being killed. Or try something no one had ever done before. "Activate the old crawler bots," Dale said. "The ones in tunnel section B9. They're outdated," Lena replied. "They barely move."
Ow.
Not asking them to win a fight, Dale said, "Just delay it. I need time." Lena nodded and ran to the nearby terminal. Dale turned to the mother wolf. "You knew it was coming, didn't you?" Before the scanner did. The wolf didn't answer. But her eyes said everything she had known. She had felt it. Her kind lived by instinct. "They could sense things no machine ever could." "Then help me," Dale said. "Help me protect this place, your pups, my people." The wolf blinked once, then looked back at her pups. One by one, she licked their heads, then turned and walked. "To the door. She's going with you," Lena whispered, amazed. "Yeah," Dale said, his voice shaking. "I think we just made the first real team on this planet." They moved fast. The crawler bots rolled into the tunnels. Dale guided them through his wrist console. The mother wolf walked beside him, silent and focused. Then it happened. The ground trembled. Huge roar echoed through the tunnels. The scanner showed it a massive burrowing beast, almost like a worm, with metal-hard skin and burning red eyes. It wasn't a native animal. It was something mutated by the energy crystals deep in the planet. It was angry. It was hungry. It was heading straight for the colony. The bots reached it first. They opened fire with weak lasers. The beast roared and smashed them with ease. "They won't stop it," Lena said through the comms. "They don't have to," Dale replied. "Just slow it down." Then the wolf did something unexpected. She ran ahead fast. Fearless Anne let out a deep, powerful howl, the kind that echoed through stone. The beast stopped, confused. Then it turned and chased her. "No," Dale shouted. "She's leading it away." The scanner showed her running down an unused tunnel. The beast followed her into the dark. "Lena, open Tunnel 12's gate," Dale ordered. "Now why?" "Because she's giving us a chance." Gate opened, and seconds later, the wolf came running back through it. Behind her, the tunnel caved in, the blast door slamming shut just as the beast smashed into it. Silence. Dust fell from the ceiling. Dale dropped to his knees, heart pounding. The mother wolf stood beside him, tired but alive. She had trusted him. And tonight, he had trusted her. 2 days passed since the tunnel beast had been trapped. The colony was safe for now. No one outside the repair bay knew how close they had come to disaster. Dale had reported the quake as a natural underground shift. No one questioned him. He trusted his word. But he knew the truth. It wasn't over. The mother wolf stayed near the storage room. Her wound had closed. Her strength had returned. The pups were growing fast. The smallest one, once near death now, chased. Dale's shoelaces and barked at power tools. But something had changed in the mother. She was restless. Each night, she paced the room, ears twitching. She sniffed the air, growled at empty walls. Sometimes she howled softly, like she was warning something far away. Dale noticed it first. She knows something, he told Lena. She feels it again. Lena looked at the scanner. There's no movement, no signs, Dale said. Her instincts saved us once. Lena crossed her arms. Then we listen again. What do we do? That night, Dale set up heat monitors and vibration sensors deep underground, farther than anyone had before. The readings were normal at first. Then, just before dawn, the signals spiked. Not just one source, 3, and they were coming fast. Not another worm, Lena whispered. Staring at the map, 3. Dale nodded. And this time, they're not just moving underground. They're heading toward the surface. Alarms hadn't gone off yet. The main colony sensors were too slow, but the wolf mother already knew. She stood outside the storage room looking at the sky. Her pup stayed behind her, quiet. Dale walked over and stood beside her. You feel them, don't you? He said softly. The wolf looked at him. She howled. It was louder than before. It echoed through metal halls and bounced off steel walls. That's... When the colony lights flickered, then alarms finally blared. Red alert, unknown seismic activity. All workers to shelter. People ran, bots shut down. Miners rushed out of tunnels. Confusion spread fast. Dale pressed his badge. Command, this is Foreman Dale. Prepare all exit routes. Something big is coming. Evacuate mining sections 3, 4, and 5. On what data? The commander barked. Trust me, Dale said. I've seen this before, and it's worse now. He didn't wait for a reply. He turned to the mother wolf. Help us again, please. She didn't growl this time. She ran not away but ahead. She ran through the colony halls. Workers screamed and jumped out of the way. The wolf ignored them. She was heading toward the tunnel entrance. Dale followed, grabbing his gear. Lena stayed back with the pups. Come back alive, she said. Dale smiled. I've got a good guide. At the tunnel entrance, the ground began to shake. Cracks opened in the metal floor. Dust fell from above. The mother wolf stopped and placed her paw on the ground. Then she looked at Dale. She wanted him to listen. He crouched, hand on the earth. He felt it. Not a normal quake. It moved like footsteps. Heavy, fast, angry. The wolf howled again, this time. She wasn't just warning Dale, she was calling something from far away. Faint howls answered. Dale's eyes widened. There are more, he whispered. More wolves. Not to run, but to fight. The earth cracked open. Metal shook, walls bent, pipes burst. 3 massive beasts crawled out from the underground. Each bigger than a mining bot, their skin like armor and eyes glowing red. They let out deep roars that made the air tremble. Dust and fire shot out from the holes behind them. The colony guards screamed and opened fire. Lasers hit the creatures. Back's butt bounced off. They're not stopping, one guard yelled. Fall back. Chaos spread. People ran. Machines shut down. Alarm lights turned everything red, but Dale didn't move. He stood at the top of the hill. Right beside the mother wolf, she was calm. Her ears pointed toward the noise. Her eyes focused, and then they came. From the far hills, from deep caves, from silent shadows. Wolves. Dozens of them, big ones, fast ones, old ones with scars, young ones with glowing eyes. They all ran toward the colony. Workers gasped.
Out!
Is this another attack? But the mother wolf howled, and every wolf stopped. They formed a circle around the colony edge, silent, waiting. Dale raised his voice. They're not enemies. They're here to help. No one believed him until the first beast charged again straight. At the outer wall, and the mother wolf leaped forward. She ran full speed. Her pack followed. They didn't wait for orders. They attacked. The wolves jumped, climbed, and bit the giant creature's eyes and weak spots. One of the young wolves distracted the beast from the front, while two others jumped on its back and tore at its neck. The beast screamed. It slammed against the wall, trying to shake them off, but the wolves held on. Dale ran toward the nearest turret. He rewired it quickly and aimed it at the beast's open mouth. Waited for the right second. The wolves forced the beast's head back. Boom. Dale fired. The blast hit deep. The first beast collapsed, dead. The wolves howled in victory. The other two beasts roared louder and charged together. This time, humans joined the fight. Guards with flamethrowers pushed forward. Engineers threw shock bombs. Lena arrived in a diggerbot, smashing the ground near the second beast's legs. The wolves worked like a team. No one had trained them. No one needed to. They already knew how to fight together. The second beast was faster, but it made a mistake. Chased the pups, who were watching from the back. The mother wolf saw it. She roared like thunder and leaped high. She slammed into the beast's face. Her teeth sank deep into Sunten's. Its eye it howled in pain. Dale fired again. The second beast fell. Only one remained, and it was the biggest. It didn't roar, didn't charge. It stood still. Then it started digging, trying to escape underground again. It's getting away, Lena shouted. No, Dale said. It's going to bring more. The wolves knew what to do. They didn't wait. 5 of the largest wolves ran forward and attacked from every side. The ground shook under their weight. The mother wolf looked back at Dale. One last time, and then she ran too. They all jumped on. The last beast, as it entered the tunnel collapsed. A huge blast of dust rose into the sky. Everything went quiet. Dale ran to the edge and called out, "No," but there was no answer. Only silence. The sky was quiet now. The red lights were gone. The alarms had stopped. The fire had faded. The silence was not peaceful. It was heavy. The ground near the collapsed tunnel still smoked. Dale stood there, eyes locked on the place where the last beast and the mother wolf had vanished. Lena stood beside him, hands shaking. "She saved everyone," she said softly. Dale nodded but didn't speak. He had no words. The wolves that survived had retreated. Into the nearby hills, a few limped. A few had burn marks. But none looked defeated. They had done something no one thought possible. They had fought beside humans, and they had won. But the one who led them, the mother, had not come back. The pups were quiet now. All 3 lay in the corner of the storage room, not crying, just waiting, as if they were still listening for their mother's footsteps. Hours passed. The sun began to set behind the rocky hills. The sky turned orange. Then there was a sound, a faint paw step, a weak growl. Dale stood up fast. He ran to the tunnel edge, eyes wide. Something moved under the broken stone. "Get help," he shouted. Lena ran to call the medbots. Dale dug with his hands. His fingers bled, but he didn't stop. Then dash fur, white fur. It's covered in dust and ash. He kept digging. The mother wolf's head appeared. Her eyes opened slowly. She was alive, bruised, bleeding. Dale dropped to his knees. "You came back?" he whispered. The mother wolf didn't growl. She just touched her nose gently to his hand. Behind him, the pups heard her. They barked loudly and ran forward. They jumped into her fur, crying and licking her face. Lena watched. From a distance, eyes full of tears. "I didn't think she'd make it." Dale smiled. "She's stronger than all of us." For the next few days, everything changed in the colony. People who once feared the wolves now watched them with respect. Command called. Dalen. They asked him to explain what had happened. Told them everything, but not just about the beasts. He spoke about the mother wolf, her courage, her choice to trust a human, her sacrifice. At first, they didn't believe him, but then the footage came. From security cams, from miner helmets, from turrets. It showed everything. The wolves protecting the colony, the mother fighting beside. Dale, the last moment where she faced The giant beast alone and survived. The story spread not just in the colony, but across the outer systems. She came to us asking for help, Dale said during the final broadcast. We gave it. She gave more in return. Soon, a new rule was written. Wolfkind of Vora 7 were now protected. They were not monsters. They were allies. Months passed. The colony repaired itself. The tunnels were sealed. New systems built. But the storage room never became a storeroom again. It became something else. A small, warm place filled with soft lights and quiet music. The pups lived there for a while, playing and growing strong. The mother watched them with calm eyes. She still didn't trust everyone, but she trusted Dale. And one day, she walked with him out of the colony, into the hills. She looked back only once. Dale raised a hand in farewell. She vanished into the wild with her children. The humans never saw her again. But some nights, when the wind was quiet and the stars were bright, the people of the colony said they could hear a deep, distant howl. Not a cry for help, but a thank you and a promise. If humans ever needed help again, the wolves of Vora 7 would come.